I'm going to start with the belt-driven Shapeoko. These are the brackets. You're going to have two steel brackets attached, these little L-shaped brackets. We're going to have, or your package will have 4 M5 screws, as well as 2 little spacer pieces. Now, what we're going to do is, you're going to take a, what is this, a 3mm hex piece, or a hex dip. We're going to remove the 4 screws that hold on this metal plate at the top. I guess the wind is kicking up right now. So we're going to keep this plate. Obviously, I don't have this on a machine, so the limit switch is not there, but imagine it is. And what we're going to do is going to take one of these plates, one of the steel brackets, one of the spacers. We're going to pop that right through here, pop it right through the plate. So you've got the steel bracket, the spacer, and the plate. And we're going to screw that right onto those risers that hold it up. Now, I'm just going to hand screw it in at first. That way I can get the rest of the bolts in place. So we can get this bottom one in. And I'm going to take the other steel bracket, pop that through. Now, if you are making this yourself or you have an older version, these L-shaped brackets will be acrylic, but the installation is exactly the same. There's one extra step on the acrylic, but I'm sure that the additional video that I will link to will explain how to install that. So, we can take our hex wrench. We're just going to tighten that in. So what I'm going to do is I've tightened in the top one, and I haven't tightened the bottom one yet, and I'm going to adjust it so that it's just barely, just barely not touching the router mount. We don't want the bracket scraping along the router mount. It will affect your Z because this is a belt drive. So we want the router mount freely moving up and down and not touching our bracket. Repeat that process for the other side. And again, we're just going to tiny bit away from the router mount. We're going to tighten up the bottom. So that is the hardest part, is getting that mounted, and you're pretty much done. The next step, of course, is attaching the support arms, which raise up and down using a thumb screw. I'll probably have another video for that. Every single bracketing system has that exact same process where you've got a support arm that raises up and down on these tracks, and installing these tracks is actually the hardest part. Yeah, I hope you like that one, and I'm going to jump over to another one, install another bracketing system. Let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to info@PwnCNC.com, or there's a comments link on the site where you can just type it in there and it'll send it to me and I'll reply. Yeah, don't just own your CNC, dominate it.